In this video, we'll take a close look at 10 shark encounters off of Palm Beach County, both scuba diving, on top of the water, and by free divers. 5 of them will be formally documented events, and the other 5 will be sightings by friends of mine. This will be a quick video, and I'm going to detail the most unique part about each sighting, and that way we can come to a conclusion at the end as to maybe why there's so many more sightings, or maybe there's the same amount of sharks and people are just seeing them more. By the way, all the shark sightings mentioned in this video will be sightings within the last year. Starting with Brayton, a 13-foot, almost 1,500-pound great white shark. He was seen in July of 2024, and I find that to be the unique part about this sighting because, you know, we have our warmer water in the summers. The great white sharks typically migrate north during the summer months, so to see him down that late into the summer, it's surprising to say the least. But what makes me less surprised is that it's not unusual to have colder water fluctuate in and out during the summer along our coast. Next on the list, we have none other but Blacktip H doing what he does best, catching huge sharks. This one coming in at what he says to be 1,800 pounds, which is usually 16 to 18 feet in length. The biggest takeaway about this one, he constantly repeats in the video, him and his fishing partner, that sharks, great white sharks love floating objects in the water. It piques their curiosity to the maximum, and that's exactly what happens in the video. I encourage you guys to go watch it. It is truly interesting to see how that shark reacts and almost how easy it is for him to get on that. The shark showing interest in that float makes you think what kind of behavior they have in the water. Are they constantly looking for floating objects in our waters? I don't know. As a diver, you know, we come up from the dive on a drift dive specifically, we'll be floating in the water just like that floating object that shark took a bite out of. So, you know, it kind of gets onto my sketchy side. So nonetheless, big shark, and right off of Jupiter too. And in March this year, we have a new tagged shark named Dolores, 11-foot juvenile female. Not too much unique about this one, but I'd like to point out that is the first great white shark tagged off of Jupiter, Florida. So, I mean, the important part is to note that we're tagging more sharks in general if that's the first one off Jupiter, right? So, I guess if we're seeing them more, or we're just putting in more money for research, we're able to tag them more. It's going to be interesting to see where this shark ends up. Okay, I know this one is I know this video is supposed to be encounters specifically off Palm Beach County. But I'm biased because I'm very close to Jupiter. So here's another Jupiter, Florida one by another content creator, Paul Dabble, or Paul Dabil. I don't know how to pronounce it. But he has a crazy video from his spear gun. After he saw the shark, he let the spear gun go. I don't blame him. And he went to the top. And this is what the camera caught as it was. Dude, that's a big shark. But I think that was over 10 feet for sure. Just by the video, you can tell. I wouldn't say it was bigger than 15 feet, though. So he has 2 different videos you guys can go check out on that. And now we have a unique one, but not so unique that it gives us good data, but just how interesting it is how they got the video of this great white. So researchers had actually attached a camera to a nurse shark, and while it was off Boynton Beach, it had passed by a great white that looks about 12 feet right there. They don't mention exactly how big the shark is, but I'd say it's safe to say around 12 feet. And there's another unique part about this video for us that I will mention here on the following shark. So our 6th shark today is also off of Boynton Beach, and I believe to be the same shark because it's roughly about the same size when you look at the videos. But this one being even more special, I was supposed to be diving this day when my friend caught this on camera. I've dove with him on this channel before, and he comes very close to this shark while free diving. Once again, nothing crazy about the sighting, but seeing them in 60 foot of water constantly definitely is something to keep track of. I'd say not so much the unique part about this one, but the important to notice part about this interaction is that the shark is very disinterested in Mike, even though he's directly following him from a suspicious angle, and the shark is seemingly not worried, cruising on his own path, and that's what they usually tend to do. So these last three don't have any videos. There's just going to be more of those personal mutual friend accounts that I have. So the 8th sighting was a friend of mine, Captain Jeff, who I work for. He had saw it off West Palm Beach as well. He had said there was a lot of people seeing them off West Palm, so there's the unique part about that one. It could be a fact that they have more divers in the area, so they're finding them more. Then for the 9th sighting, I had actually been there on the surface on the dive boat with Captain Jeff, and he had pointed out that there was a shark on the surface, and he had confirmed it was a great white by the way the tail was moving. I don't really like to claim that I was a sighting for me because I barely saw it, but the unique part about that sighting was that it was in almost 80-degree water. We had just been talking about on that day that, oh, there's a lot warmer water now. These great white sharks have probably left town, but it had been proven wrong an hour later after that conversation, after we saw that great white on the surface. Especially the surface was almost 80 degrees, and the rest had been in about 76-degree water, in the 60 foot of water. For the 9th sighting, no, would this be the 10th? For the last sighting, I had also been there, but I had not seen the shark. I had been working on the boat. I was helping customers on top, and a diver came up, another diver named Mike. He came up a little shaky, and he had told us that when he had seen this great white, he was shaking. I yelled at him for not taking a video, but I can't blame the guy for seeing a big great white shark and not immediately focusing on his camera, more about his survival, which I don't blame him for once again. But the unique part about that interaction, I would say, is because it was in an area where we had seen a lot of bait balling, bringing in dolphins. We had saw also hammerhead, and down at the bottom, Mike, the same diver, had seen a manta ray on the same dive. So that tells me there was a lot of hunting going on by all those marine species, which makes me think maybe great whites are there to hunt more. Once again, I'm not a marine biologist, but it is a possible conclusion. Concluding my short amount of research, once again, I'm not a marine biologist. This is just my best educated guess at what is going on in our waters. There's no crazy conclusion. I thought it may have been seal populations declining somewhere, forcing them to be in our waters. But what it seems to mostly be is that the tracking technologies and more people in our water with cameras being able to report more, media being more attracted to shark content, so maybe the outlets post it more. But I don't like that reasoning because I just hear about it more on the dive boats, and I've been working on the dive boat for 3-4 years now, and I'd never heard about this many great white shark specifically sightings than in the past 7 months. Another possible reason is population recovery from shark conservation. So that could be a simple answer, that they're able to populate more because they're more protected, which I don't know, maybe it could be a problem.